Speaking of money, Mike Gallagher has a great question. Mr. Flair, what's the craziest thing you've ever bought?
Oh, the crazy thing I've ever bought, like it just on the spur of the moment.
Yeah, like you bought. We've heard that occasionally Dusty would go buy a fur coat in the summer.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, yeah. Well, that's
well,
not the craziest. Yeah, Beth thought she busted me one time, so I took her over to the Mercedes dealership and let her pick out a 500. Paid cash for it, and we lifted up the glass and drove it off the showroom floor. All is forgiven.
let's just rewind what we just heard here.
Huh?
You bought your wife a top
At
of the
that
line
at that
Mercedes,
time, an $80,000 500 convertible.
an $80,000 car for cash because she thought she had busted you on some.
Well, first of all, the rule of thumb: you never admit to being busted. That's in the unwritten book of real rules.
Yes,
You never admit to anything. Jesus Christ!
I love you dropping the real truth right here. Like,
From a
there.
veteran of 4 divorces, you never admit anything.
Well, here's the question. You're unencumbered now. 80 grand. Was it worth it?
At the time, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Ashley and Reed were very young then. I can tell you what year it was. Right? It was 1987.
Okay.
Like that car was. We kept that car forever. That model car is still very expensive.
What color was it?
It was silver,
There you go.
black top, convertible, 500.
I love it. Lucas wants to know
It
one
might
of
have been 90.
I
She'd
bet
like I had the cash on hand. Again, of course, if I hadn't, she probably would have had it behind the wall. She just stole all the money from that she built in the house and threw over the top of the wall.
wait a minute. She built a wall to hide money?
She built a wall in the basement of the house and threw cash every time I came home with cash or whatever over it. When you're gone every day and your wife is handling your finances, they pretty much can do with it what they want.
Well, these are life lessons if you're a young man listening to this. I hope you're
That's
taking
absolutely the truth. If your wife is organized, running your life, and you're traveling every day, I mean, literally every day. I wasn't home sometimes for 6 months.
right.
I didn't even know how much I was making sometimes because all the checks went to the house. People didn't pay me at the end of the week. And some did, some didn't. But it was like if I could if I could find a way to change that around. I mean, I even had like an accountant. I won't bring up his name that ended up stealing money from me. So, and of course, I had an agent that stole everything from me. You know who that is. We both know who she is. That's documented, but um, who knows? There was no way back then. I don't think anybody. I think you trusted the people you're with, and if it didn't work out for you, you were screwed. And in my case, I was screwed by three, not just one, but three.
Logan Lee wants to know, what do you miss most about living in Charlotte?
Oh God, what do I miss most? Well, I can't say that I missed it initially, but I I I could do anything in Charlotte that I wanted to do. If that makes sense.
Yep.
I mean, the town just treated me so great. I mean, everybody knew me, and I was never off that much. But later on, when I finally got to hang around a little bit and go out, I mean, I met so many wonderful people there. An incredible number of great people. It's a beautiful town. I'm going back this week to go to Reed's gravesite to film something for the documentary. So he's buried in a beautiful memorial. Um, um, what are they called? Mausoleums.
Yep. Yep.
And we're going to shoot that for the documentary. But I just remember Ashley and Reed, high school sports. I think Megan liked Charlotte. She didn't move down there for, she and I don't think she ever thought about going back to Minneapolis after living in Charlotte.
No.
She loved it. It was a great town. I mean, the family was there. Just nothing but great memories.